Have you ever stopped to think about why some people manage to completely change their lives in just 90 days, while others spend years stuck in the same place? No, it's not luck. And it's definitely not privilege. There's a silent, almost invisible pattern that separates those who become wealthy from those who keep struggling month after month. And this pattern has everything to do with simple decisions, the kind you probably ignore every single day. In this video, you're going to discover how small daily actions, applied consistently over 90 days, created a massive gap between two life paths, one leading to wealth, the other to frustration. Imagine looking at your bank account 3 months from now and seeing the result of real transformation. Not an empty promise, but a practical journey based on habits the wealthy already master. You're going to hear real stories, shocking comparisons, and most importantly, you'll understand what you need to do today to stop reliving the same tomorrow. Stay with me until the end, because the next few minutes could be the turning point between repeating your old routine or finally creating the life you've always wanted. Have you ever wondered how some people's lives seem to change out of nowhere while yours stays exactly the same? It's not because they won the lottery. And it wasn't just a stroke of luck. There is an invisible cycle that separates those who thrive from those who stay stuck. And that cycle can be broken or built in just 90 days. Yes, 90 days. A window of time where simple decisions and consistent habits shape completely different destinies. In this video, you'll understand what the wealthy did during those 90 days, and why those who stayed behind made choices that seemed harmless, but cost them years of delay. So if you're tired of watching life go by without real progress, stay with me until the end. This story might change how you think, and maybe change your entire future. Lucas and Andre, two men, same age, same neighborhood, same paycheck. Childhood friends, they shared the same frustrations. Bills that didn't add up, jobs that drained their energy, and a constant feeling that life was stuck in neutral. Both of them complained about the same thing. I can't live like this anymore. But when they heard about the 90-day challenge, only one of them took it seriously. Lucas said yes. Andre laughed. Just another internet trend, he said. What they didn't know was that from that moment on, their lives would take completely different paths. Not because of a miracle, not by chance, but because of the small daily decisions. Decisions that seemed insignificant, but carried far more weight than they imagined. In the first 30 days, Lucas committed to doing 3 things: waking up 1 hour earlier, tracking all his expenses, and reading for 15 minutes a day about finance and mindset. At first, it was hard. He was tired, lazy, and even doubted whether it would make any difference. But he pushed through. Meanwhile, Andre stayed on autopilot. He spent hours on his phone, spent money without thinking, and every night told himself that tomorrow everything will change. But tomorrow never came. Lucas, on the other hand, started noticing subtle changes. He spoke more clearly, focused better at work, felt less anxious at the end of the month. He wasn't rich yet, but he was gaining something even more important: awareness. Those first 30 days didn't transform his bank account, they transformed his mind. And that was just the beginning. From day 31 to 60, the difference became visible. Lucas used what he had learned to cut unnecessary expenses, renegotiate debt, and create a simple side hustle by selling products online. Nothing fancy, but it was something. Something Andre didn't have. In fact, Andre was starting to complain even more. He was tired. He felt like life never changed. And even when he saw Lucas making small progress, he kept saying he was just lucky. But it wasn't luck. It was a system. While Lucas created weekly plans with clear goals, Andre was constantly reacting to daily problems. One of them built direction. The other let the current pull him along. Slowly, Lucas began to feel more motivated, not because everything was perfect, but because his actions had meaning. He was in control. The final 30 days were the real turning point. Lucas now woke up effortlessly, read with excitement, and planned with precision. He began to get noticed at work. He received compliments, offers, invitations. His name started to circulate. People asked for advice. And he realized it wasn't tea because he had become smarter. It was because over the past 60 days, he had built a version of himself that was one step ahead. Meanwhile, Andre faced bigger problems: bad credit, constant stress, arguments at home. The gap between them had grown brutal. One had discipline, the other excuses. One felt proud of who he was becoming. The other felt ashamed of where he still was. They weren't born different. They just made different choices for 90 days. And now, the gap was real. You might be wondering, what exactly did Lucas do differently? The answer doesn't lie in big actions, but in 5 simple and powerful habits. First, daily reading. He started with 15 minutes a day from books like Think and Grow Rich and The Power of Habit. This shaped his mindset. Second, financial tracking. Every cent was logged. He knew where his money went and where he wanted it to go. Third, morning routine. No phone first thing. He used the first 30 minutes of his day to plan, reflect, and get in the right mindset. Fourth, applied learning. Everything he learned, he tested. A business idea? He tested it. A productivity tip? He implemented it. Fifth, emotional awareness. Lucas began asking himself, does this bring me closer or farther from the life I want? These 5 habits, repeated over 90 days, built a new Lucas and a new reality. A lot of people still believe that getting rich is about luck or inheritance. But that's a dangerous lie. The truth is, most people with financial success built it through consistency and conscious decisions. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't easy, but it was possible. And you know what they all had in common? They started by making small changes, cutting expenses, studying, committing, and most importantly, continuing, even when results weren't immediate. While some wait for the perfect opportunity, others create it through discipline. The line between success and failure is drawn there, in the invisible, quiet, daily actions. So now I ask you, which one of the two have you been more like in the past 90 days? Lucas or Andre? The good news is you don't need to wait another year, or even another month. You can start right now. Grab a notebook, pick 3 habits, and commit for the next 90 days. If you stay consistent, you won't be the same 3 months from now. Because change doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind, in your decision, in your attitude. And if this video made you think differently, share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and drop a comment that says, "I'm starting today." Because life doesn't change with luck. It changes with choices. Choices made by those who decide to stop living on autopilot. Choices made by those ready to build something great in just 90 days.